Holy moly. Do I remember what I'm doing? No. I hope this is working. You guys can let me know if the music sounds good, if you can even hear what I'm saying. I have no idea, because it has been, get this, we haven't done a stream since March. It's now July. That's a crazy long time. Holy moly. Hello everybody. Nice to see all of you. Something funky is happening with my YouTube control panel. It's giving me the stats from our previous stream, which is not what I want. I want the stats from this stream, please. Let me copy that. Give me 2 seconds, everybody, while I figure this stuff out. There we go. I think that's what I wanted to do. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Very nice to see everybody. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. We're going to do a bit of writing and just have some fun. Because I haven't streamed or been really writing terribly much recently. I'm glad to hear that it looks and sounds wonderful. Yay! What's going on, Aziza? What's going on, Orbital Dumpster Fire? Hello, Ojaswini. What up, Lene? Yay! What's going on, Jose? Alright, oh, what I clicked there was not what I wanted to. Let me try one more thing. Get my ducks in a row. Ah, yeah, that's just what I want. That little guy. Just that little guy. Ducks, ducks, ducks. That'll work. Got it. Nice. Okay. Step number 1. Crack my knuckles, I guess. Let's write, shall we? Bring my camera down. Oh, top-down camera, you haven't been used in months. Are you ready for this? Thank you very much, Jose. Good to see you as well. It feels good to stream. I was scared that I wasn't even going to get to it today. Life has been a bit crazy. I've been playing catch-up, but here we are. Alright, let's go top-down. Hiya! Oh, there's a familiar view. We have no... I will spin it, but I'm going to be completely honest. I remembered to charge my spinning top about 2 minutes ago. So, there's no charge in the spinning top, so it will not spin very long. So we do not have a spinning top cam for this stream, but that's alright. We don't need one, I guess. I have a feeling we might also end up prepping a new nib at some point today, because I don't really know the state of this nib. I haven't used it in a while, other than a couple minutes when I sat down here before getting the stream started. Ooh, we got decent hairlines. Not liking the heavy bit up there, but we come down here. Potato? I don't use the potato method. Bro Mr. 5. Bro Mr. That's a fun name. I was hoping in the last 3 months that YouTube would have changed that little thing where I see people's user or I guess sign-in names and not their usernames, or vice versa. Oh, squeaky desk. We're gonna come this way just a little bit. Just a little bit. $9:45 is too soon. Oh, it just died. So we'd be ending right now. I've never ended a stream at 9:45. What do you think? What's the shortest stream we've ever done, do you think? Oh, we got Diego in the house. What's going on, Diego? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm gonna see Diego and some other people in the chat, I assume, in person in just a few weeks. That's exciting. 9:45 would be quite a wimp out. I don't know if I could. I would make fun of myself too much if I did that. I would guess if we start at 9, I bet you... Have I ever ended a stream before 11? Before the 2-hour mark? Without, like, previously stating that it was going to be really short? I wonder. These hairlines aren't quite as nice as I would like them to be, but they're gonna suffice for today, I think, or at least for right now. While I get myself warmed up. You go to bed at 9:45? What time do you wake up if you go to bed at 9:45? I can't imagine going to bed at 9:45. That's bonkers. Even when I'm on tour and I gotta be up at like 6, I don't go to bed nearly that early. 5-ish. Man, that's early. Have you always been that way, Diego? Or is that Dad Diego? Oh, I'd be curious. Somebody should go back and look at how short that one was. Our technical difficulty stream, when I spilt white ink all over my power bar and shorted out my lights, and that was a mess. That one might have been before 11, maybe. That was a short one. Oh, it feels good to just sit and write. It's been a minute. Not too terrible for the first letter form of the evening. I'm almost embarrassed to say, Lene. It's honestly been a while. I think a couple weeks ago I sat down to write a little bit. I had some time. But it's honestly been quite a while. Every time I kept wanting to, and then things got in the way, and my desk was covered in stuff, or when I was traveling, so a lot of the traveling trip, normally I travel with ink and whatnot to do writing, and I just didn't this year. I had too much going on, so I didn't even travel with any of my writing stuff. It's been so long. I think I did the word of the day like a couple weeks ago or something like that, and that's probably the last time. It's shameful, I know. When I take breaks, I take real breaks. Unintentional though. I was never wanting to take a break. It wasn't a planned break. So today we're looking at Rusty Mike. Doesn't feel crazy rusty though. What's going on, Calligraphy Louisiana? Oh, see here now. It's been too long I've forgotten everybody's actual usernames or everybody's handles. Oh, what'd you get from We Are Makers? Yeah, we'll be on, I mean, not writing break, I'll be on stream break during IAMPIT, yes. But not writing break. I'll be writing a ton during IAMPIT. I have to teach, so I have to be writing a bunch. Good question, Bro Mr. 5. So yes, 100%. This is why I sometimes, when I get to the bottom of the page, well, I guess this isn't the reason. Sometimes, if it's quite hot, or if I'm on the sweatier side, if it's a sweaty day, the sort of moisture or skin oils from my forearm, because that's the most of what touches the page when I'm down here. Nothing in my, other than my side of my fingers, which don't put that much. There's a little bit, obviously, of hand oils that get on the paper from that, but primarily it's just this little bit. So when I start writing at the top of the page, sometimes as I get to the bottom, because that's where my forearm ends up resting when I'm at the top of the page, sometimes I'll get a little bit of ink not adhering quite as nice at the bottom of the page. Not a ton though, it doesn't happen to me super often. I know there's certain papers that I feel it different than others. Like I know specifically the Rhodia, the black Rhodia PA Scribes pad. Love that paper, but it feels, it acts almost like a grease paper sometimes. That's extreme. It's not a grease paper, but it acts sort of like that, where I feel like it absorbs more than other papers of mine. So that's one where when I used to use that paper quite a bit, I would get a lot of, I'm going to put a happy face here before I forget, because I'm quite happy with that S. But like my two favorite papers, the Michaels, oh, I can't remember the name of it now, but the Michaels 20-pound black paper works really well, and I don't experience that too much. And same with this paper, I don't remember the name of this paper either. Yomi, Y-O-M-I. The Yomi paper from China. I also don't experience that too much. Oh wow, Lene, you got all the tools now. I forgot to make myself tea. Wow, how not on the ball am I today? Whoops. I might have to take a break at some point and go make some tea. Too early for that now, though, I guess. I also have, I guess, in my fridge, I have what I call tea juice. It's iced tea, but I make this batch was Earl Grey tea with honey, iced. But I like to call it tea juice because it's cold. It's like juice. Make some tea. What's going on, GB Vool? Nice to see you. Diego, or wait. Is the volume too... Diego, sorry, I missed your question earlier. My voice volume or music volume? I can turn my voice volume up, I think. Is that better? That's as loud as I can go right here in OBS, but aside from bringing the... Whoa, can't go any closer than that. I can bring the microphone a little bit closer to me. Just a smidge. Well, hello, Lurker Lori. Ooh, fresh. Wait, you made fresh squeezed lemonade. Oh, so you squeeze the lemon. How do you make the concentrate? It's funny, when I read concentrate, it makes me feel like it's not fresh squeezed. But then you made... I never made concentrate before. Thank you very much. Capital M is one of those letters that I don't really have an excuse to be bad at, as it's in my name. And really, any flourish or any shade that comes after this entry stroke for me anyways. That entry stroke is like, we'll call that comfort zone. That's, I know some of you have heard this story before, but for example, once upon a time, I was really bad, or I didn't like the letter J at all. I just didn't like writing it. I wasn't a fan of it. It bugged me. I didn't enjoy it. And then, I mean, I've always really liked this double-looped entry oval. It's been a favorite of mine for many years. And the day I learned that I could do a double-looped entry oval into a capital J was the day that I stopped really disliking writing the capital J. It made the J more comfortable for me, because I could go into it from a comfort zone. Whoops, too close together. That one was almost really good. Bromista, I'm using a sharpened Hunt 101 today. It's pretty much all I ever write with. 99% of the time. Every once in a while I'll use a Leonard Principle extra fine, but, disclaimer on that, my Leonard Principles are from a number of years ago, so they're an older stock Leonard Principle, not vintage by any stretch. They're still, I mean, Leonard Principle is a modern nib, but it's from a number of years ago where they were slightly more flexible or easy to flex than they are now. They're a little bit stiffer now. Yeah, not really. I don't know if we could call it vintage, really. Just... How old would it be? Probably... pre-COVID. So like 6 years? 7 years old, maybe? Something like that. I bought... I don't know. At least a couple hundred, I think, back then. And then I didn't go through that many. Ooh, I'm a fan of that U. A little below the baseline if I'm honest, but what's going on, Annie? Long time no see. Except on Instagram. I've still been lurking on Instagram. I just haven't been posting or typing or anything like that. For reasons unknown. Just felt a little crazy and out of it. What's going on, Ishikoto? Oh yeah, no mustache. I guess, yeah, I shaved the mustache, posted like a couple stories with no mustache, and then disappeared from the internet for a while. What's going on, Mahima Jane? I hope I said that right. My apologies if I did not. New sheet of paper. Yesterday, my desk was covered in wiring. I'm working on a new, so many of you know already, because you've seen it in multiple streams, my little ink stirrer that I use for my white ink. I'm working on a new one. It looks like this. It's not done yet, obviously, but there it is. It will be, should be a little bit shorter, and then obviously smaller around. I think this is about as small as I can get it around. Still working on details. And then this one, unlike the old one, which is powered by this old style plug, which is why it had to be larger here, this one is gonna be USB-C powered. In theory. Not done yet. And once/if I get the bugs ironed out of that design, I'll be happy enough with it, and I will likely then start taking orders and whatnot for those. I know a lot of people had inquired about my little wood one, but there's a few things that I was unhappy about with it. But if I can get those ironed out in this new one, I will take orders. And yeah, I can definitely post, I should post, I'll add it to the YouTube videos I need to make list, which is very long. I can make a tutorial video on how I make them. There are a lot of tutorial videos on how to make DIY ink stirrers already, though. I just take those and sort of shrink everything and put it in a block of wood instead. So my biggest hurdles are the speed control, the fine-tuned speed control, because like a ceiling fan, if you notice, when you turn a ceiling fan on, the dial always goes from high to low. So when you turn it on, it goes at a high speed, and then you slow it down. That's how these have to work. They can't start at a low speed. But I can't find, or I don't have a prefab unit that does that automatically, that turns on at a very specific speed and then slows down. I'm kind of makeshifting items and like speed controllers and whatnot that I can find and making them work. In a perfect world, I'd be able to get one that's actually programmed in and made specifically for the voltage range that I require, but we're not quite there yet. Oh, don't be scared of slanted ovals. Ovals are your friend. Never be scared of an oval. They have no points. They can't hurt you. They have no hard edges. They're soft and smooth and friendly. Too slow. The list, yeah, the list is quite grand. I was going over it when I was on tour, sort of planning for my comeback to the world. Hopefully I'll start being able to tick some of those off soonish. Ugh. It's a little better. see your lemon concentrate. I missed that. Do the zest and mix with sugar. Add the lemon juice. Refrigerate for a few hours. Mix with water. And ready to drink. 1 to 3. Well, that's easy peasy. Do you grow your own lemons, or did you buy the lemons? Oh, I splatter. Snaps happen, though. Many years of training to have a really light hand to be able to wield a super sharpened, extra fine nib is what I would credit that to, I guess. But I definitely do snap. It happened. Oh, that t-shirt, that's probably the first thing on the t-shirt idea list. There is also a t-shirt idea list. It's even longer than the YouTube video list. I actually added something to it the other day. What was it? I can't remember. I thought of a fun saying with the word nib in it, and I added it to my t-shirt list. But I've been concentrating on Iampith merch and not a little bit more on Iampith merch and less on my own merch for now. Lemons are man-made? The mix between a citron and an orange. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before, but I did not know that. Oh, Laura, you don't even know. The lists are vast. Because there's bad pylon-related lists. There's all sorts of lists. To-do lists. The lists are vast. Whoa, this nib. One thing I'm not, that's happened to me a few times where I'm getting, I didn't press up there, but I'm getting little unwanted shades at the top of my strokes on my ascenders and whatnot. That I'm not much a fan of. I don't know if that's the nib to blame, or me, probably me, but we'll blame the nib anyways. Lists for days. You are correct, Odaswini. You have not gotten the postcard. There's a lot of things that I'm behind on. You are in the list of postcards I have to send. I will say that. Vast. Normally the lists are in my backpack, which is usually sitting right there, but it's on the couch on the opposite side of my TV, or of my monitor. I was gonna pull out the journal that houses all the lists. My book that I'm trying to make into my commonplace book, but I don't use it enough. Currently, it's just full of all of my lists. Not to-do lists, but eventual, task lists or project lists. Things like ideas, YouTube videos, stream ideas, t-shirt ideas, so on and so forth. What is... Oh, don't do that. You make me sad when you say that. That reminds me of when I was a young boy and I had a pen pal, and I used to run to my dad's store. He ran a pharmacy. Every day when I would stay in town, not go straight home after school, I would run and check the mail at my dad's store because I thought I would get a letter from my pen pal, and I never did. Fun fact, I'm friends with his sister now, and I haven't talked to him in decades and decades. What was I looking for? I'm looking for the word of the day. Oh, I guess I could have just gone on Discord. It's right there. Whoa, it's already given me tomorrow's word of the day. Too soon. Too soon, MrMGWard. Too soon. Yeah, we're going to pretend I didn't see that. Maybe later tonight we'll see that. But for now, we're going to write perfunctory. What is perfunctory? Perfunctory is a formal word used to describe something that is done without energy or enthusiasm because of habit or because it is expected. That's such a good word for something that I dislike so much, because I don't like habits and routine and things like that, because things get perfunctory. Oh, I've never used perfunctory in a sentence before. I'm gonna start. Not old trauma, you're good. Just an old memory. I'm pretty sure this nib was getting close to... Oh, there's an ad. I forgot. Ads run themselves. Alarms outside. I think this nib was getting close to its last legs the last time I wrote with it. Just a quick ad. Okay. Perfunctory. Oh yeah. Perfunctory. That'll work. Perfunctory. Oh, this song has birds in the background. I like that. I haven't been in my apartment normally, some of you may know. Usually when I wake up in the morning, my apartment automatically plays bird sounds, and I haven't gotten the habit of making that automatically happen since I've been back. I need to start doing that again. I had a lot of fun when I was, just a couple weeks ago, I was back on my parents' farm for my twin niece's graduation. And there's birds, obviously, on the farm. And I used the Merlin app, which I've used for a long time, to identify birds that come to their bird feeder. Because we have a Wi-Fi bird feeder that I watch from here relatively often, because it's fun to watch, to see what birds come to the house. But I used the app, and I started the first time I've ever used the auto or the audio identify, so I would just sit out on the deck and let it just record and record and record and listen and pick up all the birds around the area. It was so fun! They say the older you get, you turn into a birder, and I'm turning into a birder. It's fun. I had used the Merlin app for a long time, but never that feature. Unfortunately, here in Vancouver, I think my microphone isn't quite sensitive enough because I can hear birds outside, but the app doesn't pick them up. I tried to turn it on today to try to catch what to me sounded like a chickadee, but... Coffee, boo! Nice. The only bird that I can repeat afterward is like a crow. I can copy a crow's caw quite authentically, but that's about it. Every once in a while, some crows actually come and land on my balcony, but I think they eat my plants, which I'm not a huge fan of. Trying to get hummingbirds. I really want to get hummingbirds out there. I'm not gonna make the sound of a crow, not right now, but it's like I'll do a quiet one. The reason I feel like I can do it relatively sounding well, because it's like the regular like caw, that sound, but in the background, when I have the that sound, the gargle, and you do that without vocals, so you get like the predator sound. But then, so if you do a little bit of that while you're going, you get the little like, and when it's forced, it gets really quick, but you have to do it really loud, which I'm not gonna do here. So that's how, when it's really quick, it's a really quick, like, it's not that, it's, yeah. This would be loud and forced, and then it sounds quite crowy. What do peacocks sound like? Aren't they like, oh, oh, oh? Isn't that a peacock? I feel like I remember hearing them in West Edmonton Mall back in like the early 90s. Crows are smart, man. I wanted to make friends with one here, but I found out it's illegal to raise crows. Or not to raise, but to feed crows in Vancouver. To feed birds in general, I think. I'm not allowed to on my balcony. Maybe it's not illegal, but it's frowned upon. Ooh, that wasn't very... Let's try that shape again. That's not an oval. Better. Am I currently forgetting how to spell frowned? Is there an E in frowned? Frowned. F-R-O-W-N-E-D? That doesn't feel right to me. That feels wrong. It's probably wrong. Yep, thought so. Wait. Did I do it right? F-R-O-W-N-E-D? Maybe I did. Spelling, not my forte. But do I care? No. So long as it phonetically looks and sounds like it's supposed to, that's good enough for me. I once was lost, and now I'm frowned. Nice. That's better. That's the look we want. That's a nice oval. My aim is a little off today, though. I'm ending up below the baseline. These ovals are a little too low. Let's continue going back in the word of the day since I haven't done it in quite a while. Oh, we had deepfake, right? That was yesterday's. Deepfake. Capital D, shudder. Not quite as good of execution as perfunctory, but that's alright. Spelling, to me, intelligibility. Is that correct? Being understood is the most important thing. Like, when I'm speaking, if you can understand me, when I'm writing, if it's phonetically correct, genuinely that's all that matters to me. I know that goes against common in the world today, but I feel like that's so much more important. Being understood rather than being correct. Understood is more important to me. Obviously, being both would be great, but understood is more important. Just a little bit. That reminds me of when my old ballet teacher used to yell at me. She was a little Russian lady named Valeria, and when I would be a brat in class, which was a lot, she would yell at me super fast in Russian. I don't have any idea what she was saying to me, but she would yell at me in Russian all the time, and then go outside and have a cigarette. Understood. Yeah, the standard lowercase d. And one of the terminal varieties. There's also that terminal variety, or the one that I've been using quite a bit lately is that one, which I'm quite a fan of, which can have a loop on it as well. Like so. Or sometimes it just ends as an overturn like that in some vintage samples. It is rather music notey, that one. Well, that one, yeah. Especially if it's filled in. I wonder if you could make a word that when filled in makes a series of music notes that would be playable. I wonder. What's going on, Leaf? It has been a very long bit. I can't believe, how many months is that? Since March. That's 5 months. I don't remember when in March our last stream was, but that's a long time. Bonkers. There was a couple times where I was out of town for most of that time, most of those Tuesdays. Then there's been a couple times when I was home and was debating streaming and just things got too chaotic and it couldn't happen. So my apologies. But we'll be back on the horse now until I ampeth, and then back again after I ampeth. But I want to, and you guys can hold me to this. You join the CREATRIUM, badger me, make sure it happens. I have another person in the IAMPETH board who is also going to try to hold me accountable or to help me make it happen. One of the nights, probably maybe on the Tuesday, I want to stream the study room. So it won't be like this. It won't be like face-to-face. It'll just sort of be... I'll try it. I'm going to try it. I make no promises. It might not work. But I want to see if we can stream the study room. It probably won't be on my channel. Actually, now that I think about that, I don't know where it'll be. But we want to try to stream the study room. Maybe I'll stream it from my channel. I don't know if IAMPETH's YouTube channel can stream. I'm going to have to look into that. 11th of March. Jeez. That's way too long. Oh, just Winnie, that was flagged as a moderated message. I should have left it flagged so you couldn't post it. That's interesting. My stream has never flagged that word before. Has never not let you type it. Yeah, that's my plan anyways. We'll see if it happens. It might not, but I'm hoping it will. The music tonight, well, always, but I just haven't listened to it in quite a while. It reminds me of the video game Tunic. Has anybody played the video game Tunic? A tiny little Zelda-esque game where you play a fox. It's a very, very good game. If you're into puzzly type games, it's very well done in my opinion. Golf Clap, your other account. What is your other account? I've never banned anybody, to my knowledge, on my channel. What were you banned from? I don't think I've ever banned anybody. Oh, I definitely haven't banned GBVool. I saw your GBVool. I saw your first message when you did the whale emoji. I haven't seen any moderator things for you. If you were banned, I apologize. It wasn't my doing. Sorry about that. That seems like a... Yeah, that's weird. I've banned people who like spam bots before. Well, that test. I can see it. That one worked. Yeah, there are certain words that YouTube does block. Certain words... This happened... Actually, I remember this happening in one of our previous streams. Either the last one or the penultimate stream. Where somebody was getting modded, but I wasn't getting notified. Certain things notify me. Like when Bromista mentioned the lowercase d's. That was a moderator that was flagged. So was obviously when Ojaswini wrote twerk. That was also a flag. But I don't remember what words it was last time. Because I'm supposed to get notified, but maybe there are some words that are just completely banned. I'll have to go into the settings there. Everything Lene did that night was blocked and moderated and denied. Not banned. Oh, interesting. I don't know what to say. YouTube did not alert me. Oh, that's a good question, Bromista. What word would I want to see the old masters write? If I'm completely honest, I would want to see them write their own signatures, would be the first thing, so not a single word. If I had to see them write a single word, honestly, nothing to do with the writing, I would probably just go with sort of my go-to word that I write more than anything, which would be, anybody in the chat know? I'm gonna wait and see. There are enough regulars here. I never write minimum, it wouldn't be that. I'm curious if you guys know my go-to word. Nope. Minimum is the calligrapher's go-to word, but it's not mine. I'm very delicate, Lene. It doesn't even have any of my favorite perfunctories. Good. There we go. Jose's got it. I write curious or curiosity more than any other word in the English language, for sure. I'm surprised I haven't written it yet today. I started with capital C's and then I just didn't finish it. For some reason, I wrote concentrate today. The very, very first thing I wrote today, when I sat down just a couple minutes before stream, was some ovals and then the word orange for whatever reason. I was going to write ornamental penmanship, but then I wrote O-R-N. No, I wrote O-R-A instead of O-R-N, so it turned into orange instead of ornamental penmanship. Because that happens. But yeah, curious or curiosity is the word that I've written more than anything. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the capital C. Whoa. See, that would have been a snap, but my paper moved. It's the second paper stab of the day. A close-up of my ring. It's nothing fancy. It's just, the smart ring. It's the, what is it? Ring-Con 2 Air? Ring-Con Gen 2 Air? A friend of mine got a smart ring, and I was intrigued to track my sleep and all that kind of jazz. But it's just a standard solid silver, or it's not silver, but it's silver color. Nothing fancy. No brains. I'm looking to get a signet ring that I want to wear on my pinky eventually here, and then I have plans. It's in not in one of my lists in my book, but I need to make a new leather ring. I used to wear a leather ring on this finger, I think it was, for many years, or not many years, for a long time, a couple of years ago, and it broke, and I haven't made myself a new one. So I gotta make a leather ring, and then I want to commission an engraver to make me a signet ring that I can use as a wax seal and stuff like that. I just have to decide exactly what I want on it. I'm trying to make my family seal fused with my sort of initial monogram, all in one sort of cohesive design, if possible. I gotta come up with something cool. I thought about it just being one of my, because I've done a lot of variations of MGW monograms, if I wanted to do just one of those, but I feel like it'd be cool to get my, a bit of my family seal in there too, for fun. The old leather ring was wonderful. It just wore out, unfortunately. So I gotta replace it. Let's pretend that I put a little loop in there. Nobody needs to know. Even though I put the loop now at the wrong angle. Whoopsies. That exit was very nice though. Looks like a tree? This? What are you talking about? Oh, like this is the trunk. These two make the trunk, and then this is the foliage. Interesting. I've never looked at the capital R that way. Can we make it look more like a tree? Surely we can. That's too big. It's almost the same size. Okay. That's ugly. Nope. What's a tree name that starts with an R? Rosewood. Does rosewood come from a rose tree? I don't actually know that. I only know of the wood. From a rose tree? Wait, does rosewood come from a rose bush? No, that's not a thing. Ooh. July 5th's word of the day was long. Acquisitive. Oh no, there was a long... Yeah! We gotta get to the 4th of July. Semi-quincentennial. We'll get to that one, but we gotta do acquisitive first. Someone or something described as acquisitive is characterized by a strong desire to own or acquire more things. Oof, dangerous. That's a lot of people these days. Acquisitive. I never would have thought that. If you said the word acquisitive and asked me to give it a definition, I would have probably leaned towards something like somebody who inquires. Acquisitive. Now I can't think of the word that acquisitive makes me think of. It's gone. Acquisitive. Yeah, that completely makes sense. Someone who takes a lot of quizzes. Acquisitive. Oh, too slow. We had a hiccup in there. Unacceptable. Too big. Too big, too big, too big. That's better. Much better. Inquisitive. Yes. So I know it's acquisitive and not inquisitive, but when I hear acquisitive, my brain thought inquisitive without actually thinking inquisitive because I forgot that word. Oh, there's a C before the Q. Well, yeah, because I was writing Aquaman, not acquisitive. Aquaman. Did I ever? Oh, why didn't that give me a line? I wanted something more like that. Do I use fountain pens? Of course I do. Those cases, where are they? Right there. Fountain pens. Fountain pens are the whole reason that I became a penman. Collecting and restoring vintage fountain pens was my jam. I just realized, Lene, that you're talking to Bromista when you said, do you have any favorites, bro? I thought you were talking to me, but like, yo, you like fountain pens? Do you have any favorites, bro? I just thought you were being cool. My favorite fountain pen? When I got into making or collecting fountain pens, the Waterman 52 and a half was my favorite pen. because I liked it's the thinner version of the Waterman 52. I also like the Waterman 52 a lot, and the 52.5V is the skinny short one. But I like the skinny one. If I had to pick an absolute favorite fountain pen these days, it would probably be a vintage Mont Blanc Simplo Safety, either a number 2 or a number 4, if I had to pick a favorite. I don't own a number 4, I own a number 2 vintage Safety. They're very expensive, but that would probably be my favorite. I have a soft spot for safety pens. I used to restore, or I have a small collection of more safety fountain pens. I like Waterman safeties as well. I have a few no-name safeties. I just like the mechanisms that are in safety pens. Personally. Right there. And again, below the baseline. Bad aim. That's better. A bit. Smooth out that upper loop a little bit. And then when it comes to modern pens, my favorite, just going back to fountain pens, my favorite would probably be, I guess as far as the ones in my own collection, yeah, I like them all, but I really like the Pilot Vanishing Point. I'm a fan of. Specifically the Decimo, because it's thinner and a little bit lighter. I find the 149 too big for me. 146 would be probably my favorite size of the Mont Blancs. Say no to coffee. Always feels rushed right here. Coffee forever. no, no, no. Too shaky. I can't do coffee. Unless I'm driving. I did drink coffee a few times when I was on tour, because I had to do some super long drives. Super long drives after super late nights make for a sleepy Mike who has to drive 12 hours or 10 hours to his destination. Coffee. So then I drink coffee. How do I maintain a 52-degree slant? First thing, I don't think my slant is actually 52. I would wager, we could measure it, but I would wager my slant here is probably around 48. I would probably think it's between 48 and 50. Somewhere in that range is where my natural habit tends to slant. And it comes down to from doing drills. So like the habit of making these lines, if I wanted a 52-degree slant, I would rotate my camera and paper like so, and then I would always write at a slant that's more like that, not as slanted as up here. If I wanted to go more vertical, you just turn the paper, and then my hand is always doing the same thing. So you train the hand to do one motion, and then you make your page and desk orientation make that work. So if I wanted to write, like Mataraz is usually around 48, sometimes even lower. If you wanted to go more, I would again rotate my page weight this way. So then if I do my same drills, and the only thing I have to modify here is the length if I want to hit top and bottom, because obviously this is a shorter line than this. But the consistency is built into my arm, and then the specific angle is built into my setup, basically. And that just comes from, so when you say like, do I shift? The only time that I would say that I would feel my angle shifting ever so slightly is if I'm not in the mood. As any teacher, myself included, always we talk about like you write, you move your page, you write, you move your page. If I'm writing and I'm just too lazy or I don't feel like moving my page, as I get across, when I like my angle, well, here we can do an example. If I go here on the edge and I just do my natural slant, which is approximately like so. If I were to then not remove the page and do my natural slant here, versus if I do my natural slant here, because of where my elbow is, those are three different angles. This one slightly different, this one a lot more different. So if you don't move your page, moving your page is what allows your hand to always live in that comfort writing zone all the time the same. When I stretch, I have to fight. If I don't feel like moving the page, then I have to fight for that. And that usually comes into play in less capital letters, because I'll usually move the page regardless for a capital letter. But when I'm doing lowercase letters, as I'm writing, I want to get more mileage out of my lowercase letters. So I'll try to go at least a half page. Sometimes, you see some of the old books talk about writing from one side of the page all the way to the other, which, in order for my forearm to go from here to here, my paper has to be angled more than I normally would have it. As you can see now, it's going uphill on the screen. And then the tricky bit is, as I'm writing, because the angle of my forearm is changing, the angle of my writing is going to change, which I don't like to happen. So I don't often try to reach from side to side. I would like to be able to do that, but it requires a bit more compensation on my part. I keep reaching for what is not a tea mug. There is no tea mug. once my water is empty. Maybe I won't make tea. Maybe I'll just go get a glass of iced tea or tea juice. Reminds me of I like to watch, sometimes, I haven't in quite a while, but I watch NHRL here on YouTube. It's robot fighting, combat robotics. Like BattleBots, but smaller. And there's a bot in the battles, and his name is Hot Leaf Juice, which is tea, which is hilarious. Hot Leaf Juice is his full name. Droopy L. Do I ever do copperplate? In Grocer Script, not very often. I can do it. But not very often. It's sort of I've made it a thing now where if I do in Grocer Script, I can't let people see. It's a secret. I don't find it as fun as ornamental penmanship, so I don't do it nearly as often. Cute. You put butter in your coffee? That's weird. Ugly entry oval. Kink coming out of the shade, unfortunately. Butter in cold coffee would be terrible. It would just be clumpy. Gross. Oh, nib catch. I feel like my tines are ever so slightly misaligned. So we will address. Maybe I won't be prepping a new nib tonight. We're just gonna make this one work all night. This is just paper towel. It's just, it's blue because it's is it 3M that makes them? It's shop towels. No, Scott. Shop towels. Wait, is there logo on the inside of the thing? No. But yeah, just a shop towel. I just do those so they don't get fibers and whatnot. Less fibers come off on the nibs. There used to be another white paper towel that I used when I lived in the States. Can't remember what it was called anymore. It was Viva something. But yeah, just really annoying getting fibers in the nib, so I use shop towels. Sometimes when I'm using white ink, I use shop towels. When I'm using iron gall or anything that's not essentially permanent, I use just a microfiber cloth. Like this is just a glasses cleaning cloth. And as you can see, I use it and fold it and use it and fold it, and then eventually I'll just wash it, give it a rinse in the sink, and then start all over again, because no fibers. But I don't do that for white ink because white ink will ruin it, so I use the shop towels for white ink. For the gouache that I use, oh, now my nib is very misaligned. When you're done writing for the day, do you fully wash your nib and dry it out, or I wipe it off? I have a jar also of just water on my desk, so I'll clean off all the wet ink. Always wipe your, well, you can do whatever you want, but I would always recommend, no matter what ink you're using, always wipe your nib off before dipping it in your water, and then you won't get dirty water. It'll just stay clean on your desk essentially forever till it evaporates. But when I'm done writing, I just clean off the wet ink, dip it in water, and give it another wipe, and it's done. So that no dry ink dries on the nib, because that's a no-no. Oh, I might have ruined this nib. Oops. What is happening? It won't align. Oh, here we go. That's better. Ooh, this might not write very good. Or it'll write amazing. Let's find out. This nib has been used for a long I use my nibs for forever, way longer than I should, but they last a long time if you take care of them. Whoa, why doesn't it want to shade anymore? That's weird. Put a bit too much pressure on the tines, I think. But the metal is old and a little fatigued. That should be better. Better. I did keto years ago. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Alright, I guess we gotta write the next word of the day. What is it? Semi-quincentennial? Four degrees? That's positively balmy. Weight up there that I don't like. My nib is digging into the paper. Whoa! Why did that happen? My nib is fighting me now because it might be needing more tuning than I have time to give it today. No good. No good, no good, no good. There we go, that should be better. That should be better. Less pressure on the tines. Not as beautiful of a hairline as I would like, but it'll work. Gwyntificus, welcome, welcome. I am currently using a paper called Yomi paper that I got from China. It's unfortunately not, for me anyways, wasn't findable on the internet. I had a friend of mine in China mail it to me. And then these lines are just printed. This is not very different from at Michael's. You can get Recollections 20-pound black paper, which is my second favorite paper. This is my favorite black paper, but the Michael's Recollections black paper is shockingly way better than you would expect it to be. So you would just get that and then run it through a printer with really, really fine lines, and you're good to go. Only unfortunate part is the ink. You'll see here if I do a bunch of lines that go over top of these lines. You can see right there. Oh, no, you can't. Now you can. There's a slight break in the line, same with like there going into the L. You lose, the line won't go over the printed lines, unfortunately. That's just with basically any laser printer. Laser printer. Inkjet, I'm pretty sure you can print thin lines on an inkjet printer and it will work. And you won't have the same issue if you have a good inkjet printer. I do not have an inkjet printer anymore, so I can't test it, but that's what I used to do back in the day. The upscale glares. Nice. I quite like Michael's. Except I'm mad at them right now. They had something in stock on their website, and I purchased it, and they canceled my order because it turns out they were out of it. There's one not far from me, and I was going to go walk there and pick it up. But it was actually out of stock, unfortunately. Whoa. Control yourself. That's better. Uh-oh. Not gonna make it. Semi-quinten 10. Oh, that reminds me of... What does that remind me of? Semi-quinten 10. Sen 10 reminds me of the movie Annie. When she finds the dog. Or when she calls the dog to her and the other owner is named the dog Ren 1010. I think is what he says. And he goes Ren 1010 and he's calling the dog. That's what that reminds me of. I will sometimes do, as you say, a workout or a series of drills and whatnot, but usually on stream, sometimes on stream we pick a theme. We'll do a series of quotes or stories or different things. Today is just random writing, so I'm just going through the words of the day from Merriam-Webster's website. Rin Tin Tin. Yeah, that's what the guy calls when she calls the dog. What is Annie call the dog? I can't remember. I cannot remember Annie's dog's name. Shame. For shame. I saw the breather hole too. I knew that was gonna happen. Sandy. There we go. Thank you. That's better. Ish. Exit oval's not very good. When I hear Sandy, I just think of... That makes me think of... Grease. John Travolta. Sandy. Why can I not do a consistent S? My first S today was beautiful. Just do that again. They're good movies. That's a good one. Unintentional lift right where that line had to go through. It's funny how often that happens. Alright, I need to take a quick break, and on the way back, I'm going to grab myself some tea juice. And I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. While I'm gone, you can look at my nib stirrer spinning, and it will put you in a trance. Alright, I'll be right back. have returned. Get this out of the way. Okay. Of course. It's part of my game. There's my tea juice. It's very yummy. Yum. This was my first time making iced tea with Earl Grey tea. Normally I make green tea and honey. Now you're awake at the snap of my fingers. Okay, let's get a consistent S. I'm hungry. I didn't have enough to eat for dinner, I don't think. That's the idea. Just do it like that all the time. That would have been a good one. You know the disappointing thing about white ink? White ink doesn't give good Gray Shade Society shades. White ink just sort of is white and then it skips, at least with the gouache that I make anyways. 118. Goodness. Those are better. What's the best one on this line? Probably that one. Probably that one. Does that even fit in the page? Doesn't. Semi-quincentennial. That'll work. Which letter do I think I've personalized the most? Specifically with ornamental penmanship, I'd probably have to say the capital N. But it wasn't me that came up with the variation that I use. I don't know. Probably, I mean the J, because I do it with that entry stroke. So that makes sense. I mean, there are variations that I use. The 7 shaded. Oh, right. trying to think of some now that I use fairly often. Like, as far as go-to ones, it's really that N, but that's not my flair on it. Neither is like I haven't done this variation of the capital B in a long time. I used to do this one a lot. That one? Is that the one I used to do a lot? I dropped that stem too low below the baseline. But again, that's Michael. That's one of Michael Sull's. Should have known that was coming. I don't think I've intentionally stylized really any OP letters, unfortunately. I trained to try to emulate Lupfer, which my writing doesn't look like Lupfer's exactly, but Lupfer's examples kind of remove all personalization. It's just, that's why he's not as, that's I think why anyways people don't like him say as much as like Mataraz. But I try to emulate Lupfer as much as possible, which his letter forms are quote-unquote boring. Ojaswini, it is definitely not still spinning. The spinning top stopped spinning at like 10 after 9. it didn't last very long at all. It died long ago. The camera is set up, it's not turned on. I didn't bother turning it on because I forgot to charge the top. Oops. I think my Fs are, I get the form and the style isn't unique, but as far as in comparison to modern penmen, I think I write the F different than a lot others. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I've really added that much personalization to my writing. Any personalization that's there is somewhat unintentional and is what I'm sort of trying to get rid of. Alright, Lori, sweet dreams. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. The F is a wonderful letter. And then I like doing that little shade. I'm a fan. Years ago, I used to create, or I guess I have some quote-unquote new variations of some letters. Or tweaked variations. Do a U, okay. I like writing U's. Oh, F-U. I get it. Rude Ojaswini, or Rude Lene. I thought that was Ojaswini. Oops. I do wish my V's were nicer. I have trouble getting a smooth lower turn on the bottom of the V. That one's actually quite nice. Aim though, below the baseline. Sorry, Ojaswini. My apologies. I read the message before I read the name. A little too pointy. And I'd love to also channel a little bit more Kanan and round that bit out a little bit more. It's funny you asked that. I'm using the other side of the first page we used today, right now. I try to save as much paper as I can, usually. That's why, I don't leave a lot of blank space on a page. I leave more than I used to, especially if it's a word that, if it's something that I know I'm going to want to take a picture of or like post in the Discord or something like that, I'll try to leave space. But often my writing is just fills every blank spot on the page. Like if I was practicing not on stream, everything overlaps each other and whatnot. I really also, yes, get your money's worth, and also just, I don't like waste. And I have stacks and stacks and stacks of used paper, that I always mean to go through it, because potentially some things might be scrapbookable or whatever, but I never do. It just stacks up until one day it'll probably just go in the recycling or something, I imagine. I'm not so good at getting rid of paper. I need to work on that. Oh, that was gonna be a good one too. There we go. That's what we want. In and out of the shade nice and quick so we don't pull it below the baseline and we have time to get that lower curve. Even though practice paper is it's just garbage. I mean, it's covered in so much writing. The chances of something being savable in it is not very high. Something to be scrapbookable, I mean to say. I need to get better at scrapbooking good work. Never been. Props to all the penmen out there who are quite good at scrapbooking and whatnot and keeping old specimens and putting them in binders. I wish I was better at it. I am not. I feel like my ink might be too thick. A little bit. That would have been a good one. Amazing! That's awesome. Jose, that's wicked. That's one thing that if I didn't have to be president at this year's IAMPID, it's something I've been wanting to do for the past couple Ren Robins, and I just haven't done it, is teaching people how to make origami roses or flowers out of their old practice paper, just as something to do with it. I used to wrap gifts and stuff like that with writing paper, but I haven't done that in a while. We're gonna add a little bit of water to my ink. It feels a little thick. Just a little bit. Yeah, my key is when I'm writing, if I write something that's like a gem, I need to get in the habit of taking that gem piece and putting it in a different pile. But because the paper takes time to dry and whatnot, especially on these nights, like on late night live sessions and whatnot, there's wet paper strewn all over me after the end of a stream. So I usually just go to bed and then wake up the next day and stack it all into a big stack of used paper, and there it is. But yeah, getting in the habit of doing the setting things aside as I write them would be a really good habit to get into. Hopefully I didn't add too much water. That's a nice tiny C. Fun fact, if you ever want your shades to look really, really big, just write smaller. Can be a bit challenging to write small at times, but if you want to get those massive shades, oof, rough. That's what I gotta do to fix my S's. Nib catch. Clean as you go. Yeah, I'm not so good at that. I'm good at creating chaos and then needing to clean everything all at once. Especially like my other desk right now. It's covered in all sorts of detritus. That's a good word. Detritus. Has that ever been the word of the day, I wonder? Must have been. Favorite drills for practicing the V? I mean, for practicing that entry oval specifically, I mean, it's not really a drill. Just getting used to that shape over and over again. That transition, and then coming straight down. In the books, like for the V shade, for example, they give this shape to practice. I lost the top of mine. Whoa. And personally, I've never, I mean, this is maybe why I'm not as good at V's. I've never enjoyed that practice, because I guess the way it finishes, you'd never lift off at the bottom there. So for me, it feels weird to finish the stroke there. So it's just getting used to, for me anyways, this stroke. It's the transition from horizontal oval into angled oval is what you're going for. And then cutting that angled oval off. So just doing that in hairline a whole bunch of times. And then when that's comfortable, doing just, for me, a hairline U and then a hairline V. Over and over and over again until it's comfortable. This is one of those entry strokes as well that if you're not careful, it ends up looking like, which is not necessarily a bad thing. There were many old school traditional penmen who wrote what I consider this. I think of it as a droopy entry stroke. I personally prefer it on the horizontal, but many people did write it this way. But just getting into that transition between your horizontal oval or droopy angle oval, if you're doing it that way, transitioning into your downstroke, getting that nice and smooth. I feel like in general when doing drills, a lot of people go to the shades excuse me, too soon. I think that's one of the mistakes that I feel like people make too much and too early, is adding the shade before the actual movement or shape is in your muscles. So like any letter you're making, be it a V, be it the J, be it any of the letters, like even if you're just doing this stroke, like getting so you're very comfortable with that shape. Every time that movement feels good before you start adding the shade in there. Same with the S. Getting comfortable with that pattern. So that then you can do that and then add the shade just in the right spot. But ideally, it did in this instance, but in a perfect world, it doesn't take away from the form because the form is built into your muscles and you can execute it in hairline. So you're not training the form and the adding the shade at the same time. You're training the form first and then adding the shade to it. I think is the best way to go in that regard anyways, if you have trouble getting the movement and form. Oh, Daria Sharma, sorry, I missed your message. I just see as well that Jose said prodigious, which I love. What do we got here? I've started learning Spencerian and completed the 5 workbooks, the Spencerian set, fountain pen or oblique pen holders. I'm doing good, but with rollerball pens is not so great. Well, yeah, you're not gonna be able to do any shades or anything like that. If you're doing from those 5 copybooks, that would be what I would call traditional Spencerian, which aren't heavily, like the lower cases don't have many shades at all, and the capital letters have quite fine shades. And doing those, as you say, in a hairline, or in either pencil, or in fountain pen, or in rollerball as well, can be a great way to get the movement in your bones, so you're not slowly drawing all of those forms, but regardless of your speed, you're habitually, or you're going through that recognized shape. Even if it's slow, you're creating the form smoothly. And then eventually, when things are comfortable, you add the shade. I think I messed up my nib a little bit. The exit stroke of the V, Ishikoro? The lower turn and the exit of the V is the part that I find the most difficult. The lower turn specifically. that's just where I would recommend, and my advice may not be the best advice, but if I was going to try to clean that up and do like a drill session, I would likely do a bunch of U's, as doing an undercurve out of that is a little more natural and comfortable feeling for most people. Jeez. So doing that coming out in an undercurve is a bit more natural than curving and going straight up after you do the shade that you require for the V. So I would do that one quite a bit. This stroke here. Into the undercurve. And, sorry, round this out more. Going into it. Then you get into the V shape. And if you treat the V coming up after this lower turn, like after you do that lower turn, you're just doing an upstroke along the 50 or 52 or whatever slant line you're working on, and then going out, and treat that as if it's going out into a nice horizontal oval. Takes less than a minute. Do it then instead of putting it off. I mean, that would be the best way of cleaning up and keeping everything tidy. I always like it's called the 2-minute rule, that if it's gonna take 2 minutes, you might as well just do it right then instead of putting it off and putting it on a list or something like that. Just do it right then. When it comes to cleaning up after myself as I'm going, I tend to just make a whole lot of messes. Luckily though, my desk is small, so it goes from messy to clean to messy to clean a lot. Because if I'm working on carving something, then I gotta clean all that up before I write. And then when I do writing, I gotta clean all that up before I bring my keyboard down and do like computer work. So every time I do something, the whole desk has to get fully cleaned off. Which is way too much work, but it does force me to keep cleaning my desk over and over again. Any advice on how you should approach learning the capital D? I'm assuming the variation of capital D you're working on. I'm trying to remember the Spencerian capital, the traditional Spencerian. Is it this variation? That D. If that's the case, I would ignore the entry stroke. I would get in the habit of just when he's behind. I would start with this downstroke and get in that comfortable. You could go from there into the horizontal exit oval if you wanted to add a horizontal exit oval to the end of it. But that transition from your straight line, your lower left loop, and then this little horizontal compound curve that transitions into your angled oval will help. One thing you can also do is go from and just do a bunch of those little, turn that into an oval drill. So you're doing from your straight line down into those ovals before you do the exit. And that will get you, because you'll be doing oval drills on the 52, so that should be a relatively comfortable movement or shape to create. So that is what you treat as your comfort zone. That's home. So then you do the start of that into what's comfortable. And then when that's comfortable, I mean, you can even do a couple of the ovals before you add the extra stroke if you wanted. If you wanted to do it that way. Like so. And then if there is, I can't remember specifically in those books, the variation, it might even have just the compound curve like that. I can't recall. Then when that's comfortable, that's when you can start adding, but I guess not if you're using, I guess, a fountain pen or a ballpoint. You're not going to be able to add shades there. But that's where then once all that's comfortable, you start doing it in one stroke. And then when that's good, you start adding your shade that comes in right there. Whoa! What's going on, Brian? Welcome. Nice to see you. If you can trick yourself to enjoying doing drills like this, the payoff, I think, is huge. Because you'll reach your end goal just a lot faster. I mean, yeah, you can try to just continuously do finished shaded, finished capital D's over and over and over again. But if you build this way, you're going to be building incrementally, and it will pay dividends. Is that maybe not the right word in that instance, but it will show in your work for sure. Whoa, Kathy and Accidentally Steve are here too. Hello. Daria Sharma, I personally would recommend if you want to learn like writing like how I write. My favorite book, and you can get the PDF online for free, is Lessons in Ornamental Penmanship by PZ Blozer. It's by far my favorite book on penmanship. The samples are engraved specimens that were originally written by E.A. Lupfer, and they are clean and crisp and nice, and it gives just the snippets on each page and talking through each form, I feel like, is done in a really friendly and easy to follow manner. The only thing that book doesn't do the greatest is he goes through in order of alphabet. So it's the A, the B, the C, the D, rather than break it down in all the letters that use this shape, all the letters that use this form. But that's all right. But that's a book that I would definitely recommend. Yeah, super long time, man. How you been? You gotta come to conference one of these days. One of these years. I don't live in California anymore, so I don't get to see you folk as often. Not that I saw you a lot when I was there, but at least a little bit. Salt Lake City, yippers. Should be a fun one. If it's not, it's my fault, I guess. could visit. You are right. I could and should. I have a lot of friends in Los Angeles that I haven't seen in a long time, and I should make a trip down there one of these days. That would have been at the LA Pen show, I imagine. It's a bunch of the classes are sold out. I don't know. I don't honestly know if it's too late to sign up. It might not be, but the conference might be sold out. I'm not honestly sure. Worth looking into? I should know that. But I don't. There are not necessarily public days, but send me an email or reach out to me on Discord or something, and if you're planning on potentially making a trip, I might be able to, I don't know, we'll see. I gotta ask the board if they allow the public to go in there and see the archive on certain days. One thing that exists this year that hasn't happened to my knowledge in the past, not since I've been a member anyways, is there are full archive days. So there's some people, like Gray is one of them, he's registered one of the days, he's just in the archive the entire day. He's not taking a class. So I have people in there keeping an eye on things, and they're free in the archive for the entire day. Oh yeah, it's always supervised. Nobody's allowed to be in there without observation. The Slacker table members should have benefits. I don't know if Slacker tables got pulled like that. Show your CREATRIUM member card and get temporary access. Ha! Mr. President has a whole board that he gets to talk through or with. Oh, Lene. What's the CREATRIUM indeed? The CREATRIUM! I'm super excited for conference this year, though. A little stressed is the wrong word, but still got quite a few things that I gotta dot some T's and cross some I's before things are fully ready to go. I was waiting for that, Lene. This will be my... How many IAMPETs is this now? This will be my 11th year going... my 11th year as a member, but only... Wait, no. 12th year as a member, but 11th conference? Is that how that works? Because we missed a conference during COVID? Wait a minute. Yeah. 12th year, 11th conference, I think is this year. 2025. Last year was my 10th conference. Nib is snappy. Or I've just gotten heavy. Yeah, well, I've never missed a conference in the years that IAMPET has been happening. But we didn't have a conference on one of the COVID years. Pretty sure it was just one that we missed. Yeah, because it was supposed to be in Atlanta? I can't remember. But it was 2003? 5? Maybe, no, not 2000. Not 2003, that doesn't make sense. Don't listen to me. 2023? 2020? No. Don't listen to me. I don't remember anything. It was way earlier than that. 1 year, though. I almost wasn't going to be able to go last year, yeah. Because they had it 4th of July weekend, and I was working, or I was supposed to be working that week. Then the event that I was supposed to be doing got canceled, so I ended up being able to go. But I almost wasn't there. That is correct. Oh, the years, they're all the same. It feels in my brain like it was just one big conference. I can't remember, unless somebody actually, like, if somebody says, oh, remember the time we blah, blah, blah? They would have to describe the, like, floor plan of the hotel for me to know to know what story they were talking about. That's the only way I differentiate the different hotels in years. They said, oh, that was such and such. I don't know what city was what hotel, but if you explain, oh, that was the hotel with the blah, blah, blah hallway or whatnot, I would remember that. That's all I remember. It's all the different hallways. Oh, I should write the next word of the day. Get ahead of the game. That's what we're gonna do. What is the latest word of the day? Perfunctory gamble. G-A-M-B-O-L means to run or jump in a lively way. Oh, I'm not familiar with this word. It is used as a synonym of frolic. Oh, somebody was gambling around the field. Interesting. Gambling context. There's also charming footage of a couple gambling. Is it gamble? Gamble? Gamble. Interesting. a couple gambling in Central Park that might be some of the first scenes Warhol ever shot. Gambling. Your father had a frolicking problem? I like that. Good problem to have. To run or jump in a lively manner too much. I would like to consider myself a gambler. I guess instances like this is when spelling is important. Speaking of gambling, I want to watch that movie. What is it? It's called Maverick? That old poker gunfighting movie? That's been on my watch list to rewatch. I watched it years ago, but I keep seeing clips of it on YouTube and whatnot, on Instagram, and I need to watch it again. Gamble. Wish that exit flourish was or that entry flourish was nicer. The rest I like. The rest is so nice. Just that entry flourish is not the greatest. Oh, nib snip. What's happening to my upstrokes here? They've disappeared. I'm gonna blame you for this, Nib. That's why. Yeah, this nib doesn't want to be used anymore. It gets out of alignment way too fast. But in its defense, it had a few little nib catches in that one, which aren't its fault. Those ones were my fault. That's better. Don't like the way I finished it, though. Didn't turn out the way I wanted. Ugh. It's a good G. Do I have space? It's gonna be really tight. That'll work. Gamble! It's a plotter. Yeah, this nib is tired. A little bit. But, as I said in its defense, I did grind it into the paper. I dug it into the paper a couple times. Capital G is such a lovely letter to write. It's very enjoyable. Hello. Good morning to you as well. Maybe we go smaller and we do a running hand gamble. Nope, this nib is not happy. My hairlines have gone all kinds of bad. I just want to get one more good gamble. Hello, Timeless World Studio. Welcome. I wish I had a garden, Kathy. That would be lovely. I do not have the space on my little balcony, unfortunately. Whoa! Holy moly! Thank you so much, Bro Mr. 5. I appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. Well, that's exciting. Little flat in the middle, but it'll work, I think. Yeah, ugly exit. Ugly exit. Grr. Lost my hairline again. We're gonna blame this on the nib. All the hair, same spot on both examples. Well, glad to see you here, Anikumarest. Sorry, I don't know how to say your whole name. I apologize. I think there used to be a Google extension or something that would allow YouTube to show the proper handles instead of usernames, or vice versa, but I want to see if I can get that turned on. Because I would much prefer to see the names you guys have typed in. Kumar, there we go. Thank you very much. Nice to see you here. Thanks for popping by. Bah. Blah, blah, blah. Put too much pressure on this last word. There we go. Gamble. There we go. That'll work. No garden for me, unfortunately, Kathy. I have just my indoor plants, but nothing edible. At least I don't think anything I grow is edible. I do want to get a planter box to put on the balcony to grow some like carrots and herbs and things like that. But I have not done that yet, and I think I might be too late for this summer. We'll see. I do think we're gonna end the stream there tonight, everybody. I really appreciate everybody popping in and hanging out with me while I remember how to stream, because it's been 5 months almost. 5 months. Way too long. Next week I will endeavor to do a stream that goes, we'll do a little bit longer. We'll go into Blacklight Live next week. I don't even think my Blacklight is plugged in. Or turned, well, it's definitely not turned on. I don't think it's actually plugged in at the moment. Only 4 months? Right. March, April, May, June. True. March, April, May, June, July. Are you sure? Isn't that 5? March to April, April to May, May to June, June to July. That's 4. And on that note, counting is definitely my forte. Hilarious. Yeah, sorry for those of you who just got here. I apologize that I feel bad that you just got here and we said hello and now I'm leaving for the night. I do apologize for that. Yeah, the replay will be available as soon as we end the stream. Nothing groundbreaking today, just exploring and dusting off my rusty fingers to write. But thank you everybody for being here on my dive back in. We'll be around more. As I said, most of the summer, with the exception of Iampith, we'll be doing streams, and I'll be back online. If you have questions that weren't answered in this stream, or you want to ask me something or the community something, thecreatrium.com, or you can follow the link in the description of this video to join the Creatrium. It's our Discord server. All things penmanship and calligraphy, which is awesome. We'd love to see you there if you're not already a member. Or I also have some merch, CREATRIUM merch, and some other penmanship related merch. Those links are also in the description of this video if you want some penman merch. And with all that said, thank you very much for everybody for hanging out with me, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Bye-bye!